Hello and welcome to Front Row Racing World Championship. This evening we've got round 6 in Monaco. I am Front Row Racing GP, also known as Stevie Sherbets, and with me this evening in commentary we have, I'm doing it all again, I'm forgetting, James Alkenberg, also known as James Huntenberger, and also on the pit lane we've got Front Row Racing RI, also known as Rachel Brooks. So how are you both this evening?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm curious to find out how Ray's doing.
I'm fine.
Nice.
Says it nice and quick before you cut him off. I've got a question for both of you. Very quickly going to get these questions on, so I don't want to go through the drivers. Question: is it possible that we could have 6 different winners in 6 different races?
I definitely think it could be. Conzo, he's really impressed me this season so far. I had a bit of a hiccup last race at Spain.
There's a reason for that, and we found out why, and I'm going to fill you in on that shortly. But there is a good reason for that. But you will find out soon enough.
So there's Conzo, there's also Temp Fear. Them two really impressed me so far. So he's one of them two.
So Ray, who's your money on?
That keeps out the barrier.
Anyone that keeps out the barrier. I mean, that could literally be anybody's race, because anybody could put it in the barrier. Okay, so on to the drivers and the teams. Starting with Temp Fear and Dan Evs. They are the Flaming Dragons Mercedes. Moving on to the Rising Lads of Red Bull of Bartman, and normally stocky, but is got a reserve in this week of It's Hammer Time 44, a very quick driver. First reserve drive for him in the World Championships. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Next team on our list, we've got Senson Racing of what should be Jason and Killer Corkin. Killer Corkin's either not in the lobby or not selected his car yet, but he should be here. Up the line Ferrari, we've got Overdyking and Jamie James. Team Freedom McLaren of GT5 King and Conzo 1993. Nobody in the Force Hinder or the Toro Rosso. There's us in the Lotus in the commentary team car. Then for Landmark Racing Sauber is Joe Finn, and his teammate Mornay is unable to make it this evening. And then we have Mode Red Marusha of Kev 187, the current World Championship champion, and Front Row Racing DP. I believe the time is passing us by rather quickly, so we're just going to have a quick look to see who's left to select a vehicle, or if we have that missing driver.
I believe it's just
Killer
Ray.
Corkin's offline.
Killer Corkin's offline. Well, it's interesting that he's not been in yet. I don't know whether we're going to be expecting him here or not. It is getting close to past. It is past.
I will send him an invite and we shall get the show on the road, because we've not heard anything from him.
I think that might be the best thing to do, and then I will fill you in on what I know about Conzo 1993 from last week, why it came across as he had a little bit of a hiccup.
Fill me in then. I've sent that out and we're ready to go.
He has taken the extremely brave step of going from being a pad user to a full-time wheel user. And last week he had his wheel only 2 days before the race, but committed himself to using it. And he says there's no going back now.
Well, that, I've got to say, 100% points for bravery there, because I do know that with a wheel, if you haven't got your setup 100% correct, it's going to be a nightmare. And pad users will not understand how hard it is, especially under braking, for a new wheel user.
Also, there was a picture that he sent into Front Row Racing drivers chat, which neither of you two would have seen, and it was his setup of where he's got his steering wheel and his pedals and what he's got it mounted to. And it's something that I've actually done in the past myself. Ray, do you know anything about this setup?
Yeah.
Do you want to try and
I think-
explain this to James?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, is it the iron board?
That's right. He's got his steering wheel attached to his ironing board. Now, something else on this as well.
That is bravery.
Halfway through the race last week, his mum comes into his bedroom and says, "What are you doing with my ironing board?" She wanted to do some ironing and couldn't find the ironing board. Obviously, the last place you look for it is in your son's bedroom.
Yeah, well, you know, he could just say, "I'm just going to do ironing after this race."
Yeah. Oh, we should get a picture of it put up on the Front Row Racing Facebook page for anyone that's watching this to go and have a look at that. So I'll see if I can get a copy of that put into the pictures, because it is rather interesting. But you know, congratulations in a way that, you know, not congratulations, but well done to the full commitment there of just sticking with it on the wheel. And this is going to be an interesting race for him.
So Crofty's had his little speech there, and happily for the drivers, it's a dry quali session.
It is. So this is the qualifying then for Monaco round 6. And Ray, do you have any information from any of the drivers down the pit lane? I've heard that they've been very busy talking to you this week.
I have. Yeah, I'll do a couple of now.
Okay.
Dom, he says he'll have to show the manuals, how it's done again with a win here. Who else shall I pick?
So he isn't saying he's going to show manners on the Manor team.
No, he's going to show them how it's done.
It depends on what he means by what's done.
Yeah, Connor, just making sure I finish the race. I'm trying not to get lapped this week, as he's changed to the wheel. And Starkey was just praising the guys because he's not racing. He's got hammer time 44 in place for him, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hammer time 44. So he's just wishing them all the best and in hopes they have a good race.
Okay, well, we'll come back to you shortly for a few more. But what I'm going to do is run through. Oh no, I've got error. Anyone else got error?
Oh, I've got lag. I've got loads of lag.
Anyone else left your?
Let's see. I'm going
to try and get back in straight away. I'm trying to get in. Hang on a moment. No, hang on a moment. Just hang on a moment. Because it depends on how many drivers you've lost. Okay, if the majority is gone, then if you can leave as well. Yep. It is. Okay, so to the viewers then, the broadcast will be starting back up again shortly for part 2.